Hi guys, I'm so excited for today's video for a lot of reasons. First off, I dyed my hair again and I'm not purple and green anymore, and I'm really happy about it because I really miss the orange, but that's not the main reason why I'm excited for this video, because we are going to be playing with the new Kaleidos palette. This is the collaboration that Angelica did in collaboration with Kaleidos. Did I just say that? Anyway, let me open the palette. I'll show you what it looks like. You've all probably seen it before. This is the Club Nebula palette. It is so beautiful. Like, they totally outdid themselves with the packaging this time. It is stunning. I have not seen a packaging this beautiful in a very, very long time. This is just the attention to detail and everything. Kaleidos just kills it every time, and the inside of the palette is as well just stunning. Like, this color story, it's almost like it was made for me. Like, I feel like Angelica and I have very similar tastes when it comes to color stories in general. She maybe likes something that's a little bit more, not muted, but a little more like grungy maybe than I do. I prefer kind of like very brights, but we both prefer having very dark mattes in palettes and dark colorful mattes. Love that there are so many in here, and I cannot wait to play with this palette. I do have to preface this video by saying that this is going to be a very biased video. I love Angelica, and I am not going to be giving this palette a bad review. Like, that's just how it is. So this isn't going to be a review. I'm just going to do 3 looks with this. I know a lot of you who watch my channel are also watching Angelica, and I know a lot of you bought this, and I just want to give you some inspiration with this. Like I said, it's not going to be a review. We're just gonna have a good old time. We're just gonna play with this palette. I'm just gonna do 3 looks and just, you know, have fun. This palette is going to get restocked one more time, but it is very limited edition, and I think the next restock is going to be the last. I'm pretty sure the restock is on February 17th. If I'm wrong about that, I will leave it down in my description box and I'll pop something up on the screen, but I think that's when the restock is going to be, and I think it's going to be the last one. Just so you guys know, if you're interested in getting this palette, that's going to be your one chance at getting it, but I know a lot of you probably got your hands on this already, and I just can't wait to play with this. It's so pretty. I'm not going to do swatches or anything with this palette because Angelica did such a good job showcasing this, so I will leave her video down below. And if you're for some reason not subscribed to her already, pause this video right now, go subscribe to her, and then come back. I'll be right here waiting. Okay, are you done? Are you subscribed to her? I hope you are, because we're gonna go ahead and do some looks with this. The palette also came with a deck of playing cards, which is so cool. I haven't opened this because I'm just going to keep it new until, you know, we plan on using a deck of cards, because there's no reason to open it otherwise. And I'm going to start by priming with my Natasha Denona eyeshadow base. And Angelica, if you're watching this, I've left this comment on a couple of your videos already. I know you bought the Natasha Denona eyeshadow primer, but the one that you bought is different. It comes in a different container. I don't know if it's the same formula. I've never seen the one that you have before, but I thought I would just mention it because I know you're definitely going to be watching this video. So I have no idea if the one that you have is the same formula as the one that I have, but just in case, you might want to try this one instead, because this is what mine looks like and it's amazing. Now let's take a look at this palette and see what it is that I want to do. So I do plan on filming a lip swatching video after with the new Wooden Side lipsticks, and I don't want anything like too crazy with my eye makeup. I kind of want something that's going to go with like the nude and the red lipstick. So maybe I will kind of play in like the red and orange family again. I feel like I just did that though. But maybe I just have a thing with orange these days. I don't know. Let me try to figure out what it is that I want to do. There are so many beautiful shades in this palette. I think I'm gonna start with this dark red. This one is called Red Giant. It just looks so cool. I love that it has a club in it, like an actual club print in it. That looks awesome. So we'll see how this goes. This might not go with what I was going to do with my lipsticks later, because I just want to do the look that I want to do. This is actually looking darker on the eye than it is in the pan, and I love that about it. That is such a deep dark red shade. I'm going to take that in the outer corner of my eye as well as into my crease there. I'm just packing it on first because I do want this to be as intense as I am able to get this. Not going to do anything crazy with my placement, not going to do a halo eye or anything like that. I might do like a faux half cut crease or something. We'll kind of see when I get to the point where I'm going to put some shimmers on my lid, but I'm just going to work on putting down this red and blending it out. Gonna take this underneath my eye as well, pretty much all the way across, and I think I'm going to deepen it up with the dark blue. I think maybe that could be kind of fun. It's just been so cool to see creators that I really respect, and also creators that really inspired me to start my channel and get collabs this year, not just Angelica, but Betty Jean as well. Those were two of the people that I was watching even before I had my channel and who really made me want to start my own. And I love that they're just doing so well. They're both just amazing and they inspire me to no end. So now that I have the color down where it is that I want it to be, I'm just going to use very light pressure on the outer edges here to basically blend out the shade on its own. I could use the peach shade to blend this out with, but I don't really want to pull in any peach into this look, so I'm totally okay with just blending this out using just one shade here, which I don't really mind doing that anyway. I do that a lot of the time. I don't really use a lot of transition shades because I find that I can usually get a good enough blend with just one color. And this is shearing out beautifully. This looks really nice. So let's go ahead and try the blue. So I'm gonna dip into the shade here called Void with my same brush, which is of course my reference number 13. I'm gonna take that in the outer corner of my eye just so we can get a little bit more depth here. Not that it really needs it. I feel like that shade did a lot just using that one and I didn't need that. I'm mostly just doing this to bring in another color and because I want to test it out, but this is seeming to layer very nicely. So if you haven't figured yet, I'm trying to like match my flannel with this look and I think I'm doing pretty good so far. I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade just on the outer corner of my lower lash line just so I can connect it so it looks the same on the top and the bottom. I'm not taking this all the way in through my crease. I want the inner portion of my crease to be a little bit lighter, so I'm kind of stopping like halfway through here. This looks good. Now the question is, what kind of shimmer do I want to use on my lid? I'm thinking I want to use the blue because me and blue shimmers, it's like my absolute favorite and I think I'm just going to love it. And I think it's also going to go very nicely with this look. So maybe I'll do this shade like pretty much all over my lid and then one of these three like in the inner corner, maybe even this one. Maybe I'll even use two shimmers. Let's start by putting down some glitter primer. Just gonna put that on my lid where it is that I want my shimmers to go. I think I'm gonna make this into a bit of a faux half cut crease here, so I'm gonna be a little bit precise where it is that I put down this glitter primer just so I can map out the shape that I want with my shimmers. And I'm gonna switch to a different brush to put on shimmers with because I love this for doing like faux half cut creases. This is the P21 from Refer. I know this has a different name. I think it's just a 21 brush now, but this is a very flat brush and is great for being precise. So I'm gonna start with this shade right here, which is called Astro. Wow, that picks up so beautifully on my brush here. And that is a dry brush that is not sticky and doesn't have any glitter primer on it. That is so pretty. Oh, I just love Kaleidos' shimmer formula. They are so good. This makes me so happy. Nothing makes me happier than a blue shimmer shadow. I swear, it's just my favorite. The shade reminds me a little bit of the one in the Astro Pink palette, the blue one and that one. Kind of similar, but I feel like this one maybe is a little bit more opaque. On the eye, it looks very similar though, but I love that shade, so I'm not mad at it at all. Just gonna kind of blend that into the outer corners. This looks so good. I cannot get enough of this look. What do I want to do for the inner portion of my lid? I feel like I can make all of these shadows work. I'm thinking I want to use, that would be really pretty. I just want to swatch this one. Ooh, that would be so pretty too. So hard. I'm gonna take this one and hope that it's going to be opaque enough that I'll be able to sort of layer it over that other shade a little bit, because I know that this is a little bit more of a sheer formula, a little bit more of a topper. So I'm just gonna pop that in the front portion here and blend it into that blue. That is really pretty. It's definitely on the sheer side, which I mean, I knew that already, but I think these are going to blend nicely in together if I just put on enough. I think this is already one of my favorite looks that I've done in a very long time, and this was so easy. Just no issues at all. And I mean, like I said in the beginning, I love Kaleidos, so I knew that this wasn't going to be a bad palette, but this is so good. I love this. Taking a little bit more of this shade and just wrapping it around in my inner corner and kind of mating it up with my lower lash line. And I think that's all I'm going to do for the eyes. I'm gonna finish off, do some liner and mascara. Maybe I'll do like a blue eyeliner or something. And I'll come back and I will show you the finished look. So this is the final look and I love this. I mean, these shadows are just look at them. They're so beautiful. So to finish off, I used some blue in my waterline. I used my favorite blue eyeliner from Fenty. This is in the shade Lady Lagoon. I should know that by now. I knew that. I didn't really have to look at it. I just completely forgot for a second there. For my lipstick, or for my lips, I used a lip liner from USA Beauty. There's no name on this, but I will link it on my description box. On top, I'm using one of the MAC Patent Paint Lip Lacquer. Say that 5 times fast. This is in the shade PVC Later. That's a great name. And then for my highlighter, I use Pinch Me from Colourpop. This is one of the Super Shock highlighters. I love this. I think this look just totally came together. Oh, for my blush, I used the Cover FX blush in Mojave Mauve. I'm just trying to like get through it and say these so that I can actually like remember what I used and link it for you guys. So that's gonna be it for look number 1, and I think this turned out really, really nice. I'm so excited to play more with this palette. And like I was saying in the beginning of the video, I don't know if this is going to necessarily go with the lipsticks that I plan on lip swatching. Maybe I should wait until I do a different look. I still have plenty of time until I need to do that. I'm gonna pop that into the rest of the video that I'm gonna do with the new Udensai products, which you guys probably haven't seen yet, but I'm very excited about. So that's gonna be it for look number 1. Let's just go ahead and go into the second look. Let's go ahead and do the second look. I am today also going to do something that's not at all going to go with my sweater, but I wanted to wear this sweater because I bought it on Poshmark and it's like everything that I would want in a sweater. I got it yesterday and I was so excited. But today I want to do something with the greens. Like I said, not going to go with what I'm wearing at all, but I don't even care. And I also plan on doing 2 looks back to back today because I want to get this video up very quickly. So even though this look isn't really going to go with my sweater, it's okay because I'm not going to be wearing it that much. So I'm going to start with this one as my transition shade, and I'm going to use this one to create a bit of a halo eye. So I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do. So I'm going to take the shade here called Gravity. And if you see my eyeshadow primer creasing, it's because it is, because I forgot to tap it out, but it's okay. This is such a beautiful bright color. I'm gonna take this up quite high here, especially in the middle of my crease, because like I said, I do want this to be a halo eye, so I want it to be a very round shape here, and I do want the highest point of my crease work to be right in the middle, since I am going to be pulling the lightest shade up high in the middle as well. Gonna take this underneath my eye as well. I don't really like doing the like the halo part under my eye. I don't know what it is. I feel like on my eyes it just looks kind of weird, because since I do have hooded eyes, when my eye is open you can't really see that I'm doing a halo eye until I blink, and then when I have my eyes open you can just see like the under eye halo part, and it just doesn't look right. So I don't really like doing that. I'm just gonna take the mattes under my eye here. This is looking so good. I love this color. To deepen this up, I'm gonna take the, I would say dark green, but it's more of like a dark teal leaning more green. It's not like a green or blue, it's like a dark teal. I don't know, but I'm gonna take this on the same brush, which is my reference number 13, and I'm going to use that to deepen up the inner and outer portion of my lid. Wow, that's so pigmented. That's crazy pigmented. I'm just going to pack it on where I want it to be first, and then I'm going to gently blend it into my crease. I'm not going to connect this in the middle. I do prefer keeping my halo eyes open in the middle, so I'm just going to kind of work on blending this out where it is that I want it to be, making sure that I blend these high enough up that when my eye is open I can see like the darkest color kind of poking up. But these dark mattes so far are performing so well, and they're so easy to work with. They build beautifully and I love that. I am going to deepen up underneath my eye all the way across here. For the middle of my lid, you probably guessed it, but I'm going to use the green here. And I'm going to spray this. I'm not going to use any glitter primer because, like I said before, I am going to take this look off after, so it's just going to be a little bit easier if I just spray it instead of using some kind of a glitter primer here, and it's going to give me pretty much the same result. So I'm just gonna basically put that in the middle of my lid, blend it into the edges as well as into my crease. That is such a beautiful color. Oh, I love that. I love how these shimmers are like kind of transparent, and they don't have like a strong base pigment. I love that she put these kind of shimmers into the palette because it makes it a little bit more unique and interesting. And I used to not really be into like topper type of shadows like this, but there's something about the iridescent formulas that I feel like are coming out these days that just, I don't know, they just get me, and I love this. I am gonna go back over the edges here with the matte because I need to make sure that these are nice and blended. So I'm just taking that dark green again and making sure that I get the blend between the two colors here the way that I want it to be. So I think this looks great. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off and I'll come back and I will show you the second look. So this is how I decided to finish off the look. I went with a very bright orange lipstick because when I have bright orange hair, or really when I have any hair color, I like to either match my eyes or my lipstick to my hair because it makes it all kind of come together no matter like what I'm wearing on the other part of my face. And I really, really like this lip combo. I've done this so many times when I've had orange hair in the past, but this is my Makeup Forever Artistry pencil, I think this is called, in the shade Any Tangerine. And then I have my favorite orange lipstick on top. This is from Anna Sui. Did get this sent in PR a while back. This is in the shade F402. I love this look. I think this is so fun, and this palette is just performing like a dream. I am so excited to play more with this. I don't know what I'm going to do for the last look, but I'm thinking I just want to use like some of the shades that I haven't used yet. So definitely want to use this purple, maybe even like this blue here. Maybe that could be kind of fun. Maybe that would like somewhat go with my sweater. I don't know. I'm going to see what I can come up with. I'm not going to be able to probably use all the shades that I haven't used so far because they just don't really go together. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the last look because I am excited to play more with this. I'm going to take some pictures, hopefully not forget, because sometimes I forget to take pictures and it makes me really mad. So I'm going to take some pictures and then I'll take this off and I'll come back and we can do the last look. So let's do a bit of a weird, crazy look for this last look because I do want to test out a lot of these shades. So I think my plan for this look is going to be to use this shade in my crease, deepen it up with the purple, take the purple around down to my lower lash line, and then use this kind of orangey shade to smudge underneath my eye, and then we'll figure out what I want to do on my lid after. I'm thinking maybe like some of these oranges, maybe this one, and maybe I'll use this like in the inner portion. I don't really know, but I just want to test out a lot of these because this palette is so fun and I'm having such a good time with this. So I'm gonna start with the shade right here. I'm just putting this in my crease as my transition shade, and then I'm gonna use the purple, like I said, to deepen this up with. I'm not doing anything fancy here at all. I'm just kind of placing this down where I want it to be, and then I'm gonna blend the edges. This is such a stunning blue. You guys know how much of a sucker I am for blue eyeshadows, so this blue is making my heart flutter because it is so pretty. So I'm gonna dip into the purple now, which is called Cylon, so this one right here. And I'm gonna start in the outer corner of my eye here and just pack it on where I want it to be. I'm gonna take it about halfway onto my eyelid. And then I'm just going to sort of blend it into my crease here. And like I said, also going to take this just on the outer portion of my lower lash line, just so I can connect the outer corner so that this is looking a little bit more complete. And the good thing about using the shade in the outer corner to kind of connect the lower and the upper part of my crease is that this color is going to blend very nicely both into the blue as well as the warm tone. So I'm being quite heavy-handed with this and using a lot of this just in the outer corner of my eye because I do want this to be quite a prevalent color, and this is just performing so well. Like, I know I said I wasn't going to review this palette and I still stand by that, but I will say I'm having a really good time with this. I love how this is looking already. What I'm gonna do next might make it look a little bit crazy. Like I said, I want to use the orange shade here, so I'm gonna go into Samus. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't remember from watching our video. I'm so sorry, Angelica, if I'm butchering that. And I'm just gonna take that underneath my eye and blend it into the purple. So I'm gonna start in the inner portion here and just kind of pack this on where I want it to be, and then I'm gonna gently start bringing it out into that purple and just blend these two colors together. Just going back in with that purple to really intensify that because I felt like once I pulled the orange over, I lost a little bit of that. So I'm just gonna go back in here and make sure that this is nice and intense. So before I go in with the shimmers, I'm actually gonna take a little bit more of both the purple as well as the blue and just make sure that I have this on my lid because I do want to layer some of these shimmers over the top. And since they are a little bit on the sheer side, I just want to see like how intense I am able to get them if I have the corresponding shade underneath. So I'm just taking the purple on the outer portion of my lid here, or like the outer half I should say, kind of in a little bit of a diagonal here, and then I'm gonna switch to the other side of my brush, just pick up the blue and just pat that onto my lid before I go in with some glitter primer. And then I'm gonna take the glitter primer and basically just put that all over my lids where I want the shimmers to go, which is going to be all over. And I think I'm gonna start with the purple. So this is quite a light shade, but I'm hoping since I have that dark underneath, this is kind of going to come through a little bit more. So I'm gonna grab this one, which is called You're My Only Hope. And I'm gonna put that over the purple that I have on the outer corner here. That is actually quite light. It's a little bit lighter than what I was hoping it would be, but it's a beautiful color. Just gonna kind of blend that into the outer corner and make sure that I have enough of this on my eyelid so you can really see how beautiful this color is, because that is stunning. And then for the inner portion, I think I'm gonna use the shade here. This is probably going to look kind of crazy, but I honestly just want to try it. So I'm gonna take the shade here called Celestial. Just using the other side of this brush, and I'm just going to, wait, did I say that I was going to use the blue on the inner portion? I'm so confused. I'm like, why did I put blue on my lid? What's wrong with me today? Anyway, I'm just gonna pop that over the top and hope for the best. And this looks to be opaque enough that it's going to cover up that blue. What was I thinking? Like, what was my plan here? Did I mean to reverse these? I really don't know what I was thinking when I did that, but here we are, and we're just gonna roll with it and hope for the best. But I think that this is going to come together. Obviously, it's a weird color combo, but you guys know me. Sometimes I do things like this, and usually it comes together, even though it looks kind of weird right now. But I think that with some liners and mascara and just getting everything nice and blended, I think this is going to be kind of a cool look still. Just going back and forth between these two shimmers to make sure that they are nice and blended together. And then I'm also going to take a little bit more of the dark matte and just sort of layer that over the outer part where I put down the shimmer, so I can see if I can darken up the shimmer a little bit, because the shimmer is a little bit too light for me to usually want to have like on the outer corner of my eye. I prefer something a little bit darker there. So I'm just going back into that purple and just sort of layering that over the shimmer again, just bringing back in that depth in the very outer corner. Okay, cool. I think I like this. Is it kind of weird and crazy? Yes, but so am I, so it's fine. Let's see. Do I want to take that iridescent shade in my inner corner? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab a little bit of this. This was the shade called Nova, and I'm just going to put that in my inner corner. I didn't even spray it. I just want to have a little bit of this. This is definitely also looking very crazy with that orange under my eye, but oh well. You know what? Maybe just for the heck of it, let's take a little bit of this orange shimmer as well and just layer that over the orange shimmer that I have underneath my eye, just so I can test it out. I am going to spray this and just put it right here. Yeah, see, that really makes it pop. Wow, I love that for under my eye. That is such a cool shade. So I think this is going to be it. I actually like this look. I think this is very interesting and different, and yeah, I think I like it. Let me go ahead and finish off my eyes, and I'll make up my final verdict on whether or not I like this. I'll come back, I'll show you the look, and we can talk a little bit more. So this is the completed look, and I gotta say, I really like it. I feel like it's really pulling out like the colors in my sweater that are actually in the eye look, and it kind of goes. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I really like this. So let me just fill you in what is on my face. I did use the Kaleidos Solar Sailor highlighter, which I already put back in my drawer for some reason. Don't know why. On my face, I have a blush from Udensai, which I also wore in the first look. This is in the shade Water Lily. Love this. On my lips, I have a lip liner from Colourpop in another round, and I also used one of the lip glosses from Kaleidos. This is in the shade Fantasize, and then in my waterline, I used LA Girls eyeliner in the shade Fresh. So that's how I finished off. Like I said, I really like this, and I really like this palette, and I'm so proud of Angelica. I'm so proud of Kaleidos. I think they did a fantastic job. I wish this wasn't limited edition, but I hope all of you guys who are wanting to get your hands on this are going to be able to get your hands on it, or you have already. And I hope that at least my looks were a little bit of inspiration to maybe what you could do with your palette, or just color combinations that you could put together that maybe you wouldn't have thought to put together. I don't know, maybe my looks were super obvious and you've already thought of them, but I had such a good time playing with this palette, and I'm excited to do more with this. Let me know if you want to see more with this. Maybe I can do a palette bingo. I know I keep saying maybe I'll do a palette bingo with like everything, but like, It's fun to do palette bingos and you guys seem to like them, so maybe I need to do that because I do want to use this palette more, not just these 3 looks and like be done with it, because this is an amazing palette, the quality is great, and yeah, I'm just so happy to have it in my collection. Again, congratulations Angelica, I'm so proud of you, you did such an amazing job, and I'm so happy to see you be able to collab with one of your favorite brands. That's just the best feeling ever. So thank you so much to everybody for watching. If you want to see my other multiple look videos, I'll put my playlist up on the screen, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.